My name is Miss Clark, and I'm going to talk you through the Religious Studies A-level that we study at Henry Box School. There are lots of different reasons why somebody might be interested in studying religious studies. It's not just because you may have a religious belief yourself, but it could just simply be that you're interested in the way the world is today, how it got to be there, and how religion can influence the different choices that people make throughout their life. Religion is something that exists in our country, both out in the public, but also in a personal way for different people. You do not have to be religious to study this. And lots of students who have an atheist belief do really, really well with Religious Studies A-level, as well as students who do have a belief in God. What's important is obviously learning the content, but also applying it to the different aspects that the exam would require you to. We have had students who study Religious Studies A-level who also study sociology, psychology, history, English, the sciences, business studies, economics, all different aspects of different A-levels, and BTECs would go really well with Religious Studies A-level. At the very core of it is people and what they think and what they believe. And therefore, as a result of that, it goes really well with lots and lots of other A-levels. What will you study? Well, the course is split into two parts. You have philosophy of religion and ethics, and you have Christianity as the religious option. Some of these topics might have been studied at GCSE, so for example, arguments of the existence of God, evil and suffering, and different ethical theories, along with issues of human and animal life. The difference here is that we go into much more depth with the different philosophical and ethical issues. So we build on what you know from GCSE, if you took it at GCSE, and then we go into much greater depth. And this is where having debating skills or being able or feeling confident to ask questions and kind of identify links between different issues is really important here, because each and every one of these different aspects of the course all tie in with each other. We study Christianity as the religious aspect of the course because it's the largest religion in the world. It's the largest religion in this country. And as a result of that, it's easy to see Christianity having an influence in the different choices that people make. And the religious leaders will often comment on different aspects of society. So it's quite easy to see it happening and makes our lives a little bit easier. The different aspects that we study in year one haven't necessarily been studied in great depth at GCSE. So we look at the sources of wisdom and authority in Christianity, so the church, the Bible, and the teachings of Jesus, what God is like in Christianity, and self-death and the afterlife from different Christian beliefs. We also look at things like key moral principles and expressions of religious identity, so how Christianity affects the way that people live their life. In year two, we look more in greater depth at some of the aspects of different ethical issues and philosophical ideas. We also look at key things like religious language and meta-ethics, which will help people to understand philosophy and ethics in a different way. We'll look at miracles and self and life after death from a philosophical point of view, so that's different than looking at it from a Christian point of view in year one. You'll also look at the aspects or ideas from Bentham and Kant in terms of ethics, as well as free will, moral responsibility, and conscience as a way of helping to make moral decisions. In year two, from a Christian perspective, you'll look at the place of Christianity in response to gender and sexuality, the relationship between Christianity and science, how Christianity is being affected by the rise of secularization, and the idea that more and more people are turning away from religion, as well as how Christianity has coped with an influx of different religious ideas and beliefs in the last 100 years or so. The dialogue aspects of the Christianity unit is how Christianity works with philosophy of religion and how it works with different ethical studies. There is no coursework in this particular course. It's all based on the exam, and there are two papers at the end of year 13. Paper 1 is the paper for philosophy and ethics, and paper 2 is Christianity and dialogues, and they're worth 50% of the overall grade each. Both exams are 3 hours long, which sounds an incredibly long time, but by the time you reach it, it won't be an issue. And we look at 2 key assessment objectives, and these are the same assessment objectives that are used in GCSE. So there's nothing new for those of you who've done GCSE religious studies. This is all very usual and things that you're used to. So the first assessment objective is knowledge and understanding, and this is where you are asked to examine a particular aspect. So it might be you have to examine different Christian beliefs about the Bible, and you'd have to explain 2 different denominational views. For the second assessment objective, it's an evaluation question. So just like the current 12 markers that you might do at GCSE, you have a statement, and then you have to outline different arguments for and against it. So none of the exam questions are anything new in terms of the skills that you need to assess to write them. And the dialogue questions just combine both the AO1 and AO2 aspects of the course. And that's it. It's nothing tricky. There aren't any shorter questions. It's just essay questions. And therefore, that reason, you need to be able to write well and enjoy reading. We encourage wider reading and research through podcasts, YouTube videos, films, and other aspects of media to help you understand the different aspects of the course in the modern world today. Debating is something that we encourage in our lessons to get you to think and get ideas from your classmates, because as teachers can only give you one side of it, you will have your own ideas, and it's great to hear students arguing and debating their different ideas. The other side of that is having good listening skills. If you want to argue against somebody's point of view, then it's really important that you've listened to their whole argument really well so that you can create your own argument, just to make sure that you win. Something else that you need is to be curious, and this is one of the best aspects, in my opinion, of the Religious Studies A-level course. Being curious about the way that the world is and the way people are and why they are the way they are. It's one of the most important qualities I think you will need to have, that desire to learn more about the way the world is and the way people are. It's the fascinating aspect of religious studies that I have enjoyed throughout my whole time of studying religious studies, which has been a fairly long time. I hope this has been useful, and if it has, great. If you do have any questions, then you know where to find me. I'm in EA2 most of the time, and you're always more than welcome to pop me an email at cclark@henrybox.oxon.sch.uk, and I'm always more than happy to talk about the Religious Studies A-level course. It's a brilliant course. I find it very interesting, and lots of our students really enjoy it. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.